on TMZ.
Okie doke. First of all, happy anniversary, everybody. Yay. TMZ is 18 years old today, and we're going to start with Charlie Sheen because he has had a change of heart about his daughter being on OnlyFans.
When she first did OnlyFans, he was not happy. He changed his tune.
She goes, once she bought a Mercedes in her own house, he came around. Money changes everything. Britney Mahomes went Instagram official with Taylor Swift. No one has had a luckier run in life than Britney Mahomes.
Why?
I don't consider it luck.
Britney Mahomes is Slumdog Millionaire. She is. Everything from one stage to the next.
Brittany Mahomes has capitalized on all her opportunities.
So did Slumdog Millionaire.
I guess that's true. She is Slumdog Millionaire. That's not bad.
A knife-wielding attacker chose the wrong guy to mess with, a former professional MMA fighter. And he got his ass kicked, and then he got arrested.
Oh, wow. He got body slammed.
I mean, the guy probably just wanted to steal the car. Can you imagine you're there just to steal a car and you run into that guy?
I know. What bad luck.
A good sign that things are going well for Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker after welcoming their newborn. They left the hospital.
She apparently spent a full week there.
Maybe she was having a terrible labor. Like, my first labor was 56 hours.
What? What?
It's not that bad. You're just lying there.
Charlie, don't even.
Have you been in a delivery room?
I've had cramps, and that is a small taste of what you get during labor.
OMG, Taylor Swift has gone Instagram official with that new special person in her life, Britney Mahomes, who posted pics of them as new BFFs, or BFFOUSPUWTs, best friends forever or until she breaks up with Travis's.
She just posted a couple photos from their weekend together.
A weekend that included them going out to dinner with other stars, including Selena Gomez and Gigi Hadid, and having drinks with some other football wags.
Why does this bother me so much?
No, she's loving this. She's enjoying her. They're like the two best friends.
Mel, they've known each other for 3 weeks.
You can establish a friendship very quickly.
I do think they're friends, but you also know that it is completely transactional. If you drew a thought bubble above Taylor Swift's head, what would she be saying?
What the hell am I doing here?
Oh, stop. We all know it's probably just a running count of how much she's worth. But perhaps the friendship is legit. After all,
I bet that Britney Mahomes is a really good time.
No one has had a luckier run in life than Britney Mahomes.
We should give Britney Mahomes a little bit of credit. She was a professional soccer player, albeit women's soccer is not huge.
Well, that was a backhanded compliment if we ever heard one.
And she owns, or co-owns, a professional soccer team, a women's team.
Way to double down, pal. Either way.
It's clear that Britney Mahomes is surrounding herself with some of the most successful people in the world.
Exactly. Or she's just gotten pretty lucky marrying a guy who turned out to be a huge quarterback whose teammate just happens to be dating the most famous person in the world. Tomato, tomato, T-Swifto. Enjoy the friendship while it lasts, Britney.
A good sign that things are going well for Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker after welcoming their newborn, Rocky. They left the hospital on Tuesday. While we don't have an image of the baby just yet, it looks like they're going home with the baby because Kourtney is in the back seat.
It's interesting because she spent a full week there.
She had a Halloween baby. It worked out for her.
Well, we don't know that for sure, right? We don't have the birth certificate. We don't know the baby was born last Tuesday.
Just because people arrive at the hospital to support you doesn't mean you have a baby. Maybe she was having a terrible labor. Like, my first labor was 56 hours.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Yes.
Miserable.
Your first labor was more than 2 days?
It's not that bad. You're just lying there.
Charlie, don't even.
Have you been in a delivery room?
I've had cramps, and that is a small taste of what you get during labor.
Act now and you could own Britney Spears' childhood home for just $30,000. Please note, purchase excludes living room, dining room, bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchen, roof, front door, back door, and all floors. But you do get one closet door, and that's all you need.
This is historical and pop culture.
Yes, this door, currently attached to Brit's former Louisiana home, listed at a cool $1.2 million, is where a young Britney Jean expressed her deepest, darkest feelings.
She wrote in Sharpie, Christina sucks, Brit rules.
So deep.
So we reach out to some of the biggest auction houses. Well, first of all, it would have to be authenticated that it's actually her handwriting.
Could have been Jamie Lynn.
Did she also hate Queen Christina of Sweden? Unless...
Name a bigger rivalry between Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera.
Nixon, Kennedy.
David and Goliath.
Jesus and Judas.
Technically, they were frenemies. Now back to the door.
If they did authenticate that this was Britney's handwriting, it would go from anywhere between $20,000 and $30,000.
People would pay.
We should have it here.
He would have to buy the house.
Not necessarily. Someone tried to sell just the toilet from J.D. Salinger's house, claiming he left behind a large volume of unpublished work that he may have written there.
You know what they're also auctioning? They're auctioning the grassy knoll fence.
Why would you want the fence of like a horrific murder?
Are you kidding me?
It's a horrific murder.
It's an historic murder.
Wait, Harvey, Melanie had a question for you.
What? Yeah, what's the grass, you know? What is it?
Come on, everyone knows it's that show Drake used to be on. So good luck selling the door. Maybe throw in that sweet tramp ball court.
There are even more problems for Kim Zolciak and Kroy Biermann.
Hold on, could it be money?
No, it's not money.
Not this time. This time, the problem is their dogs are running all over the neighborhood, and the neighbors are fed up with it, and they have called the cops. Last week, the dogs were running around the neighborhood, not on leashes. Last month, they had an issue where they were chasing one of the neighbor's kids, and they were being aggressive.
You have to put the dogs down, right?
What? You can't put a dog down for chasing a kid.
That coming from someone who has a terrible, terrible pet.
No, we're not doing this. We're not slandering my dog. What?
It's not slander if it's true.
Go ahead, what's the accusation?
Has it ever been sent home from doggy daycare?
No.
Yes, it did.
Yes, it did.
He started one riot, that's it.
Sorry that your dog was at the January 6th with all the other Trumpers. Terrorists.
And now TMZ presents Violence is Not the Answer. Unless the question is, oh my God, who's that dude coming at me with a giant freaking knife? In which case this happens.
A knife-wielding attacker chose the wrong guy to mess with because he tried to attack a former professional MMA fighter. So there's a guy named Javier Baez, a real deal MMA fighter, and he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He gets home to his Miami apartment. It's around 4 a.m. There's a guy who has a knife. He picks him up, slams him on the ground, gets behind him, and chokes him.
And as Javier explains on TMZ Live, that was just the beginning.
As soon as he goes out, I take the knife away from him. I put my knee on his belly, and I call the cops.
And is able to hold him down until the cops arrive.
Jeez.
Can you imagine you're there just to steal a car and you run into that guy?
He's enormous. He's a mountain of a man.
Well, a lot of mountain, big tree fall hard most of the time.
Nice to see that part-time fortune cookie writing gig is paying off. Anywho, while this was cool to see, trying to fight your attacker isn't usually the best idea.
Guy had a huge knife to try to fight him and not run is insane.
Just because he's a coward doesn't mean he's wrong. MMA man, slam that dude the hell out of here.
Paris Hilton is a happy married mother of one now, but 18 years ago, she had a wild night out with her boyfriend Stavros Niarchos and inadvertently launched TMZ.
She did.
It's our 18th anniversary, and this is the first video that launched TMZ. He drove under a truck with the Bentley.
And then they ran, which they're not allowed to do because it's hit and run.
Baby, I carried myself.
So our camera guy followed them and cops stopped him. And so Paris Hilton starts flirting with the cop.
Thank you, officer. We love it.
And the cops let them go without testing anything. That's how it all started. So it's been 18 years.
Wow, I can't believe 18
Congratulations,
years. Happy anniversary.
And best of all, to celebrate, we're having a big lunch today.
Yeah, what's the lunch?
It's burgers.
You don't know what kind of burgers though, guys.
It's probably like the counter.
No, it's not. It starts with an A, they said.
Oh, it's Arby's? Sick.
Coming up.
Charlie Sheen's now okay with his daughter's OnlyFans because she's making money and not doing nudity.
The thing is, OnlyFans always ratchets up because you lose followers if you don't step up.
How do you know that so well?
That's just the way OnlyFans works, I've heard.
Plus,
Celebrities came out in full force for the SKIMS Swarovski collab. So there was a huge event in New York City. Swarovski got a new store.
I have no idea what Swarovski. I thought it was a helicopter company.
There's crystals.
Coming up.
Katy Perry is celebrating the end of her residency in Vegas by going on stage with the Chainsmokers. This looks like it was so much fun. She's having a good time just celebrating in Vegas.
Be right back. TMZ Pop Quiz. What's worth $1 billion and super duper shiny? Kim Kardashian at the Swarovski SKIMS collab in NYC. Also, Jeff Bezos' head after a fresh polish. But this is about Kim and her crystals. Ooh la la!
Celebrities came out in full force for the SKIMS Swarovski collab. So there was a huge event in New York City. Swarovski got a new store off of 5th Ave. Everybody was wearing crystals because obviously that is like Swarovski's whole thing.
I have no idea what Swarovski. I thought it was a helicopter company.
Not unless that chopper is blinked out, because Swarovski covers everything in crystals. Vacuums for $18,000, Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head for $12,000, and of course, celebs who all came out to support.
Gwyneth Paltrow, Billy Porter, Tiana Taylor, Lake Bell, Ashley Graham, Emma Roberts.
And the queen herself showing off her new SKIMS crystal undies. These clothes look amazing.
Does anyone wear crystal-studded bodysuits?
If you're like in Vegas.
No, nobody's wearing crystals out in Vegas.
Yes, they are.
She's worn it like 100 times.
Thank you.
We didn't say it looked good. We just said they do it.
You're a very cruel defense attorney. Anyway, looks like Kim is crushing it with all of her new SKIMS products. Swarovski, the men's line, the built-in nipple bras, or as some pervs call them.
Did any of the attendees wear like the bra with the high beams?
With the high beams? Is that what you call them?
No, I didn't see any of that.
I did see one that you could see the nipples.
Okay, scroll.
He's like, let me go through all 75 photos real quick.
And we've arrived.
Wow, someone get this guy a Pulitzer for his incredible journalistic research. Congrats on the bling, Kim.
Katy Perry is celebrating the end of her residency in Vegas by going on stage with the Chainsmokers. This looks like it was so much fun. Her and Orlando are on stage with the Chainsmokers. She's having a good time just celebrating in Vegas.
Vegas is kind of a happening place.
Vegas is super happening, and you can enter the TMZ High Roller Sweepstakes because each week we're giving away a luxury VIP vacation to either Palms Casino Resort or Yamava Resort and Casino. This week, you could win an incredible trip to Palms in Vegas. Round trip airfare, limo ride from the airport to your own luxury suite with private butler service, a VIP table at Ghost Bar, which has great views of the strip, $500 for the spa, $500 free play for the casino, $800 for food, $500 for souvenirs, and you can go to the soak pool and have a cabana. So all you have to do is watch TMZ on TV and TMZ Live through November 17th for the word of the day, then go to tmzsweepstakes.com for more details and how to enter.
You could do that for a nice weekend and not spend a penny. That sounds pretty awesome.
Well, it assumes you, when you gamble, you stop after you've used that money.
Right, if Kim Zolciak wins, it's a different story.
And now, Charlie Sheens starring in Never Compromise Your Integrity for Any Price. Unless it's a really good price, baby!
Charlie Sheen was not happy about his daughter Sammy doing OnlyFans, but according to Denise Richards, he has changed his tune. She was on Bethany Frankel's Just Be podcast.
When she first did OnlyFans, he was not happy.
Okay.
And I think was public about it.
Flat out saying, I do not condone this, but since I'm unable to prevent it, I urged her to keep it classy, creative, and not sacrifice her integrity.
He changed his tune when she bought a Mercedes and moved into a house. So he was like, maybe this ain't so bad after all.
Winning. Damn Skippy. She's 19, by the way. Should have mentioned that earlier.
It just feels like he's putting a price on his daughter. It's like either agree with it before or don't.
What he said to her was, keep it classy. And apparently, she's keeping it classy.
She doesn't do nudity. It's like suggestive, but it's sexy, but it's not naked. And she said yes.
Because you lose followers if you don't step up.
She doesn't go past that line. She's got a house and a Mercedes now.
But no one can leave the table.
Yeah, house and a car is great, but if you want the private jet, well, we can talk about that.
Who are these people that are paying for an OnlyFans of like non-nudity?
You get more of a personal interaction, I think.
Don't these suckers know that all these girls just hire some big fat dude that's just texting them back?
We like to imagine, Devin.
Is that right? Do they do that?
Congrats on all the success, Sammy. You've made your parents proud.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good.
We got Taylor Hale, the winner of Big Brother 24 last season. She was the first African-American woman to win. So we asked about this season. There was one guy who was kicked out because of racist remarks, and she has a very interesting take.
This might be controversial, but I think anything can be on the table to use to manipulate people in the Big Brother house, as long as you own it. Don't be out here doing racist things and saying, no, but I'm a good person. No. Go and then say I did something racist so I could win the game and own it. I could understand that more than someone trying to be like, but I'm a good person.
I actually like this take.
Why is it that of all these reality shows, you can always rely on a racist on Big Brother?
Always on Big Brother.
Do they cast people who might be a little bit racist?
Wait, how do you cast for that? Like, do you hold up like photos like a psychology test?
Oh God.
No, they just do sing-alongs and play Drake songs and see what you do.
Thank you, Taylor.
Good to meet you.
Coming up.
Timberland is apologizing to Britney and her fans after saying that Justin Timberlake should have put a muzzle on her.
But I'm sorry to all the Britney fans, even to her.
He started to walk back, like he made excuses for why he was doing it. His apology was horrible.
It was terrible.
It's TMZ's High Roller Sweepstakes. You just saw Selena. Text the word to 55225 or go to TMZSweepstakes.com and you could win a VIP luxury vacation provided by Palms Resort and Casino. Yeah! Watch TMZ and TMZ Live Monday through Friday for more chances to win. It's a TMZ High Roller Sweepstakes.
I'm keeping it 1,000 with y'all.
Timberland is apologizing to Britney and her fans after saying that Justin Timberlake should have put a muzzle on her. He is backtracking after he got slammed by Britney fans.
Well, it's a really kind of dumb thing to say.
But I'm sorry to all the Britney fans, even to her. I'm sorry, because muzzle was, no, you have a voice. You speak what you want to speak.
His apology was horrible.
It was terrible.
He started to walk back, like he made excuses for why he was doing it.
I hope you see it I was looking at it from a different lens. And what I am is a reconciled person.
It was basically like, I'm sorry I said it out loud.
He's friends with Justin, so he was trying to defend Justin. It was very poorly said.
He's saying, I believe it, but I shouldn't have said it out loud in
it was
public.
that muzzle word that was the offensive word.
Problem is that Britney's talking about that relationship. The whole thing came up because of the song Cry Me a River, which was Justin talking about the relationship.
And he talked about taking her virginity 20 years ago when she didn't want to talk about. Why doesn't he tell Justin Timberlake to put a muzzle on it?
Courtney, you're right.
Oh, okay, let's end it.
No, you're...
Wrap it up.
If they would have wrapped it up, this wouldn't have happened.
That's just how I am.
Coming up.
Our Canadian baby, he's already breaking records. He came out as 14 pounds and 8 ounces.
Oh, very cute.
You must be in your baby making days right now.
I'm not gonna have to.
What if your child solves like an energy crisis?
That's not gonna happen.
It looks like our Canadian baby has a bright future ahead of him because he's already breaking records. A woman ended up having a C-section to get this baby out, and when they weighed the baby, he came out as 14 pounds and 8 ounces.
That's a big baby. Does that mean the kid's going to be huge?
No. Does
No,
not.
no, it doesn't mean that at all.
I was 10 pounds, 8 ounces, and I'm not.
It's a fat baby.
Baby. Oh, very cute.
You must be in your baby making days right now.
I'm not gonna have kids.
Well, you'd be a great mom. Why not?
Bringing another person to the world is really terrible for the environment. All the plastic, all the waste, I mean, so much.
But what if your child solves like an energy crisis?
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
No, but isn't it true? Like two dumbs make a smart.
Wait, excuse me! No,